Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com, your daily market recap, December 6th. Like, subscribe, let's see what SPY and Friends brought us today. SPY with 0.4% to the downside, still stuck between the 460 as a very tough resistance, 454 as a major support. Breaking below the 454, we will retest this yellow trend line. We have a broadening formation on the SPY. Below this yellow trend line, we will see 446, and then you have this gap at the 441. Let's see how SPY will break up or down and out from this broadening formation. And you always know, and you already know, that broadening formation is the only formation that price action moves, aggravates in. And here you have the broadening formation for the Qs. Below 383, this gap at the 378 will get filled. You can mark the 383 with the lines of support. Above 391, mark it with a line of resistance. We will go and retest this yellow trend line to the upside at around 405. Dow Jones in the past few days just moving sideways. Trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. How do we know it? Look left, try to identify the higher highs, and now you can see this red trend line goes way back to August of 2022, and since then, each and every time Dow Jones tried to break above it, it failed. But it's a good resistance because it helps us to identify the higher highs. Now, how can we be sure or certain with the highest probability that this red trend line, and in general, trend lines are the true support resistance for future price action? How do we know it? Simply, this area over here is the future of this. This is December 2022. This is August 2022. This area over here, August 2023. The future of December 22. This area over here, December 23, is the future of August 23, December 22, and August 22. So, if this is the future, and this trend line is still holding, so with the highest probability, we know that this trend line once again will become resistance or support, depends where price will come and retest this trend line. Same as this for this trend line, same goes for this trend line, same goes for all trend lines. IWM, another perfect example. This trend line from support, now resistance. Above it, we will see 193 and then 200. 183 needs to hold. Otherwise, where price might be heading next? No need to guess. You have the 178, 174, and this gap. We know that more than 85% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. And here you have, let's make it from here. And here you have the massive broadening formation for IWM. Bitcoin moving sideways. Bulls of Bitcoin are resting. Ask yourself what will happen if price will break above the 44,500. Don't guess. No need to guess because you have Fibonacci 47 and then 50. What will happen to Bitcoin if price will break below the 42,700? Don't guess. You have Fibonacci levels to the downside and to the upside. Same goes for Ethereum. Same goes for everything that you want to trade. ETFs, cryptos, futures, stocks, Forex on any time frame. Daily, 5 minutes, weekly, monthly, doesn't matter. It all comes down to the in-depth understanding of price action, aka candlestick analysis on multi-time frames, Fibonacci, and trend lines. For now, Ethereum, below the 2217, you have 2140 and then 2050 and then back to the 900. Above this area, you have this yellow trend line. As you can see, we will meet it somewhere over here. Gold, relaxing inside this uptrend channel. Now let's see, bounce above the 2036 towards 2060, 2080. Crude oil still inside this massive downtrend between these two red zones. Now let's see if crude oil can bounce once again off this red zone, same as it did here, same as it did here, same as it did here. Let's see. Long above the 7120 towards this red zone to the upside. But as long as price of oil is between these two red zones, the general sentiment is to the downside. Apple with 0.6% to the downside. Broadening formation at its best, also an Apple. Not surprising, because broadening formation is the only true formation. If you want to learn more about broadening formation, candlestick analysis, trend lines, Fibonacci, first check the free Fibonacci Academy playlist. 26 videos on how to become a better trader on the technical side and the psychology behind trading. Check this Academy playlist before you take any other paid service. It's the basics. It will make some sense on the basics of technical analysis and the psychology behind trading. And of course, if you want to take your trading journey to the highest level, become your own indicator. Stop following others to tell you what to do, where to buy, what to buy. You have two choices. Live one-on-one mentorship program with me, available in English or Hebrew, or the pre-recorded program, also available in English or Hebrew. It's with me also. It's just pre-recorded. Both programs, I guarantee lifetime access for support and guidance from me. And of course, all Discord channels, we have a very nice professional community of traders. We all talk the same language. So check the links in the description below. Apple, broadening formation, a gap above the broadening formation, a gap below the broadening formation. Let's see where Apple will take us. How Apple will break out from this broadening formation to the downside. This gap will get filled. To the upside, this gap will get filled. Tesla, 0.3% to the downside. This red zone, very tough resistance zone. Today also tried, failed, went back. 233 needs to hold, otherwise this gap will get filled. Only a weekly close above this red zone, and only then we can start slowly go back long on Tesla. AMD 1.3% to the downside, broadening formation all across the board. You will see it if you know how to identify broadening formations. You will see it on anything that you want to trade. Anything on any time frame. Stocks, ETFs, futures, cryptos, forex, anything. Breaking below this broadening formation, we will see 110, 105 and 101 to the downside. Nvidia 2.3% to the downside, 474 area, tough resistance. Why? Look left, support, resistance, resistance. Natural things of price action. Price likes to visit support and resistance area it already visited in the past. This yellow trend line needs to hold as support for the lower lows. breaking below it, 423 to the downside. If you want to go long on Nvidia, in my opinion, we need to wait and see a weekly close above the 474. Only then. Amazon stuck between the 147 to the upside, 143 to the downside. Below 143, 140. Long continuation above 147. Where to? No need to guess. Never guess. Trading is not a guessing game. All you need to do, take Fibonacci. Fibonacci will help you identify future support and resistance for price action. And of course, you have trend lines to show you the way. Google, inside candle, inside day, and which means market indecision. Market doesn't know what to do with Google. And if market doesn't know what to do with Google, we surely cannot decide what to do with Google. This line is not relevant. Let's clean the chart. So we need to wait and we need to see what Mr. Market is planning for Google. This 130 area is the 50% retracement. Below it, 127. 127, look left. From a tough resistance to a major support, broke to the downside, now retesting it. All this area is support. Breaking down and under, we have a gap over here at 126.50. Below it, 124. Below it, 120. Shopify, 4.8% to the downside. Inside a major broadening formation. Breaking below this lower border of the broadening formation, we will get the same price action we saw over here to the upside. We will see the same price action, but to the downside towards filling the gap at the 62.50. Let's see how Shopify will break out from this broadening formation. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts about broadening formations in general. Do you know broadening formations? Do you understand broadening formations? It's super important for a trader to understand the in-depth relationship between candlestick analysis and broadening formations. It's the only true formation where price moves / aggravates in this formation. Check the Fibonacci Academy playlist. It's free. You have nothing to lose, only to gain education. Educate yourself, invest in yourself. It's the best investment you will do in your lifetime. Invest in yourself. Not only in trading, on any field that you want to succeed. Any field you want to excel, you need to invest in yourself. Meta, holding, barely, but holding this support zone, as you can see. Support, 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 support. Now, breaking below, where price of Meta might be heading next, you don't need to guess. All you need to do, take Fibonacci. 310, 302, and then 280. Long, only a bounce and a weekly close. It's already Thursday. Weekly close above the 327 and then towards the 343. Microsoft 1% to the downside. Broadening formation. Now, let's see how Microsoft will move inside this massive broadening formation. Only a weekly close above the 376. Let's see the weekly on Microsoft. Always zoom in, zoom out. Only a weekly close above the 377, 376.80. Then we will see 397. Below the 361, we will revisit 350. 350 is, and it was, a very tough resistance. So below 361, by the default of price action, by natural things of price action, 350 will get retested as the next support. Netflix on the weekly, broadening formation. Now struggling to hold above the 447. Netflix needs to hold above the 447. 447, as you can see, was a very difficult area of resistance since June of 2023 towards September. And then only November, beginning of November, succeed to break above it. Now retesting it as support. Breaking below, we will see this yellow trend line to the downside once again. On the daily, it looks like this. Zoom in, zoom out, Fibonacci, trend lines, and of course, candlestick analysis, aka price action. As you can see, 448 struggling to hold. Resistance now needs to act as support. But it looks like Netflix, it's on its way south. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe. Don't forget, 8:30 a.m. every day, live pre-market show. Until then, stay safe.